growing up in the 2010s was very interesting. It was fun. It was a great year for TV shows, memes, music, and all these kinds of trends and all. And, of course, childhood. This will always be my favorite decade because it was my childhood. I spent the majority of my childhood in the 2010s. It's a very good decade to look back on. Sometimes I wish I could go back to 2016 or 2014. And speaking of childhood, I am going to be listing the best 2010s girl franchises from my opinion. Sit back and enjoy the show. Now, as someone who isn't really a huge fan of anime, I have to say that Glitter Force, aka Smile Precure, is a very good show. Emily would have to be my favorite character and also one of my kins. I'm like her. She and I have kind of like the same personality, and I also love pink. So yeah, and I love how they have these makeovers when they're transforming, and they have these that big hair, all these colorful clothes, that big hair. It is absolutely fabulous. It is cute. They're all so stunning. My cousin is into this show as well, so stan Glitter Force. To be honest, I haven't been watching Lego Elves since forever. I enjoyed this as a kid, and this show is all about, I think it's all about where Emily gets lost and then she meets all these colorful magical elves. I also should start rewatching this sometime soon. I don't know when, because sometimes I get lazy when it comes to TV shows. I'm a lazy person, okay? It pretty much takes me forever to rewatch shows or try some new shows, but yeah. Now, this show, I used to be so into this show. This show came out in late 2015 and ended in late 2016, I think. This show ended way too soon. It was all about 12 girls having to work together to save Starland. They're so magical, so colorful, amazing characters, and it just got canceled. I think that the last episode had a cliffhanger or something, but yeah, it had so much potential. Another show that I used to be obsessed with when I was younger. I loved Lego Friends. The original theme song, it will always slap. It is so freaking nostalgic. They used to put some clips from this show on Disney Channel or something, and then I used to watch this a lot of times on YouTube. In 2018, they came out with a reboot, and they completely changed their designs. I mean, they did do a good job with the diversity. Diversity means so much to me, and I love representation. But the show itself was never really that interesting, but it's okay. It's a very okay reboot. The diversity is nice. I own a couple of LOL dolls, and my cousin had an OMG doll. I think she has 2 maybe. But anyway, these fashion dolls came out in 2017, so it was the late 2010s, and they're super cute. I love the OMG dolls, and they're coming out with tween dolls now, I think. The thing is, their songs are so fire, and their animations, why haven't they made an LOL show yet? Come on. Another amazing show that should have never been canceled. Now, Lolly Rock is another one of those girl shows where they transform into colorful magical beings. And this show had an amazing plot. It was really good. I like how they added 2 new characters to the show in the second season, but after 2 seasons, the show just got canceled. And I think people are still waiting on the season 3, and I don't think Lolly Rock is ever coming back. So yeah. Now, these were collectible toys that a lot of girls were obsessed with in elementary school. These things used to be so popular. They had a cartoon, they had 3 movies. Like, I think Shopkins was so popular that they started making Shopkins Shoppy dolls. Like, human Shoppy dolls. I still have a few, and I still have my Shopkins to this day. But out of nowhere, they just discontinued. They stopped becoming popular, and now it's like they rebooted. They remade it into like Kindy Kids, like the Shoppy dolls. They made them into babies now. But anyway, these things used to slap. Ever After High is another show that should have never been canceled so soon. Like, this was an amazing show, another show with an amazing plot. It went from 2013 through 2015. I started watching this a year before the show got canceled. I started watching this in 2015. This show was all about how you can like write your own destiny and follow your own dreams. Don't follow into the path of someone else. Like, are you a royal? Are you a rebel? The majority of Ever After High fans are rebels. Not a lot of people want to be royals, but there are a few royals out there. I just know it. But I'm a rebel. Rebel always. Rebel since I started watching this show. Like, again, this is another show that had so much potential. But like, because of Disney's Descendants, this show just got canceled because Mattel couldn't compete with that. I really hope that people do not come at me for this, but like, Monster High is number 2 for me. And I know it taught so many life lessons, and it changed a lot of people's lives. Like, they had stuff about racism, police brutality. This show was also about teaching people to be yourself and be unique, which I am all about. I love being myself. I love being different. But this franchise went downhill when the reboot came out in 2016. I mean, I gave the reboot a chance. I mean, I liked it, but like, it was not as good as the original Monster High, and Mattel couldn't even follow their own rules with sticking to the original. The songs in this show were fire. The dolls were fabulous. Hopefully when Monster High comes back, it'll be better. Monster High stands, do not come at me and be like, oh, how did My Little Pony go past Monster High? Well, I'll tell you. Just like Monster High, MLP came out in 2010, and it's another one of those franchises where they taught valuable life lessons and changed people's lives. And the fandom is the most welcoming fandom ever. It's actually more popular than Monster High's fandom, and it always has been. Monster High's fandom was popular too, but like, MLP was always more popular, and it's one of the nicest fandoms that I have ever been in. This show taught people how to be kind and loving, and of course, friendship. They have well-written characters. They had relatable characters, and this show has had some things that people go through in real life, like social anxiety, stress, being on your own. Some people like to look down at this show as a show for 5-year-olds, for 5-year-old little girls, and it's more than just a show for kids. It's not just for kids. Just like any other cartoon, it's not just for little children. There were a lot of people in the fandom that have been bullied for watching this show, and hearing people's experiences and their stories make me realize that I am not alone. This is one of the best fandoms that have ever existed, and that's just my opinion. This show also taught people not to judge someone before getting to know them. The backstories are incredible. People just love to look down at this show as a kid's show. Like, it doesn't matter what gender or age you are, you can still enjoy whatever you want. The people in this fandom are very creative. There's some good music, good fan animations. Like, it's all wonderful and so nostalgic. And I hope that people will come to love the next generation of this show as well. it's been so good to be in this fandom for nearly 9 years.